So, do you know what? I've done some recording on my my GoPro, and the sound is playing up. But here I am. I'm at the yard. You can see behind me, got all the units behind me here. Just getting started. I've been here for a little while now, just waiting for the driver I'm with tonight. So really looking forward to that. So yeah, I'm just basically waiting. It's raining. It's died down a little bit, the rain, but here we are. Lots of work going on tonight, and stuff like that. Very busy around here, to be honest with you. But all is good. It was absolutely chucking it down when I first got here, but it has actually died off a little bit. So happy days with that. I have no idea who the driver is who I'm with. So I had to ask one of the other night drivers to see if his name was Richard. It isn't, so no idea. But yeah, he said he'll be here at 5:30. Been told to be here at 5:30. So just hanging around, really waiting to get going, really. So yeah, so that's the units over there. All the night shift guys. The units are over there. I guess they pick up their job sheets for the night. Yeah, job sheets for the night, do the vehicle checks on the cabs, and then they go down and connect to the trailer, whichever trailer they've got this evening for the night shift. So yeah, that's that really. I've seen a few guys go out on their night shifts tonight, but apart from that, all is good. Looking forward to getting going, and I'll get back to you soon, hopefully. Right, how are we, guys? How are we? So this is just a quick follow-up really from my previous video. You've seen just a quick snapshot of my first night shift before obviously watching myself give you an explanation to what's happened recently. So what's been happening? What has been happening with me? What's been happening with my career? What's been happening with me working, etc. I've had lots of questions, not lots, but I've had quite a few questions, should I say, on what's been going on the last week or so for me. Week or nearly 2 weeks, in fact, was the last time I think I posted a video, and a few people have been asking questions, what's going on, etc. So I think it's only right that I give you an update on what's going on with me, and you know what's going on basically. So as you're aware, I got a job with Downtons, part of the EV cargo group, on a night shift, 4 on 4 off shift. And I'll be honest with you guys, I actually really started to enjoy it the first night or so, but then it wasn't until I started sleeping during the day, getting back in the morning, just before rush hour or during rush hour in the morning, traveling home, going to bed, sleeping during the day, and then going to work again. I started to realise that it wasn't for me. That's it. It wasn't for me. Now, some people are going to say, so you've already left? Yes, I've already left. I've had a few things going on at home. But all in all, the main reason why that I've decided to leave Downtons and resign so soon after accepting a job with them is because within less than the first week, my sleep patterns wasn't working. So let me explain to you why that was. Now, some people are going to say you haven't even given the job a chance, and I totally understand that. But to be honest with you, before I started, I sort of was hesitant about night shifts anyway. And secondly, I knew sleeping during the day would become a bit of a problem for me. So within the second night, I was struggling to sleep during the day. I was sleeping less than 5 hours a day, and then going back onto a full night shift, which was ranging between 11 and 15 hours, or between 10 and 14 hour shifts. That's driving time, plus obviously working time, so total hours. Going home and then sleeping, only getting like 4.5, 5 hours sleep, and I was struggling to get a good 7-8 hours sleep a day. And the reason why I was doing that is because even though my daughter is at school during the week, most of the week, there's days where she's not at school, which is weekends, and obviously during the week occasionally as well. it's very difficult for me mentally, emotionally, etc., to try and be there, sleeping during the day while she's downstairs, for example. And I feel like as a father, I should be giving her my time. So that was one of the main reasons why I was struggling to sleep during the day. My body wasn't adapting very well, and then I've got to do a long stint on the road. So, for example, I'll give you an example. My second shift, I had to drive all the way to South Wales, about 160 miles from the yard, and 160 miles back to the yard. Once you've obviously done your trailer swap and you're coming back with your load, basically, you've done your trailer swap, secured your load. It was curtain side work I was doing, strapped up, etc., secured the load, and obviously planned your route back accordingly. You know, it was very tough. That night was a real tough night for me because I didn't sleep during the day very well the night before, and I really struggled to stay awake during the night. I'll be honest with you. I then thought to myself, you know, this could end badly if I'm not careful. But I was very sort of hesitant beforehand. Now, I hadn't been offered any sort of job opportunities prior to this, so I took the opportunity to get my experience. It just didn't work out for me. It just didn't work out for me, guys. So that was the main reason why I left. Put everything else to one side. That was the main reason why I left. So, however, there is some good news that's come out of this. There is some really good news and positive news that's come out of this for me. 2 job interviews, basically. So I'm effectively unemployed at the moment. But I've got 2 job interviews, which is really positive. One of the companies that I've got a job interview for, I actually applied for about a couple of months ago, sent my CV off, applied online, and I got a phone call asking me if I'm still interested. And I said, yes, of course I'm interested, 100%. So that was great timing in some respects. So I've got an interview for one company. I'm really, really excited about that because I'm hoping, I've been looking at this company for over a year now. I see them on the road, and I'm quite keen to find out more about them as a company and what it entails. The other company is flatbed work, still flatbed work. I think it's a family-owned business, smaller company, but nice guy who I spoke to. So yeah. So in terms of what they're driving, one company's driving, I think, a Volvo. The other is Scania, I think. And both positions are tramping positions as well. So I will be out a few nights a week. But obviously we'll be getting home as well. But there's no weekend work at all. So there's no working at weekends. Foot down Friday, they call it. And then obviously home for the weekend, back in Monday. So that's going to fit around my home life and for me as well, personally, I think. So really excited. I've got 2 opportunities. So it's not all end all. I'm not walking away from the driving career, you know, or nothing like that. I'm quite certain about that. But I think it's important to update you guys on what's going on. You've seen the videos, the posts of me doing night shifts. I didn't really get a chance to actually record much whilst I was driving because you can't see much in the dark, unfortunately. So yeah, it was quite difficult. So I do apologise, didn't get much out in terms of content, but I'm positive that these 2 opportunities coming up, I can't say what they are just yet because I don't want to sort of like get excited about something that I haven't even got yet, if that makes sense. But I will keep you updated. I'm hoping that if I'm successful, so what I've got to do, with one of the companies, I have to go for an interview and a driving assessment again. Standard procedure, I guess. But if all goes well and I get offered a position and a start date, I'm hoping I start before Christmas and not wait until the new year. If I'm unsuccessful, I'll just have to go and look for some agency work between now and Christmas and see how that goes. But fingers crossed, it all goes well. If he is happy with me and I get started before Christmas, then that's even better for me. I'll be really, really happy and chuffed for that. But yeah, I'm visualizing the company I've got in my head that I'm going for an interview for, that I'm going to get that one. But there is another option for me as well. So you know, it's looking good. I'm being positive about the situation. So it didn't work out at Downtons. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. And, you know, I think another thing I really struggled with is my wife has a business. She does work from home, and when she's working from home doing certain things, you know, it's very difficult when I'm sleeping. So there's a number of reasons why it didn't work out, and family life was definitely one of them. So it's important. One thing I've learned from it is you have to make sure your family life works around what you do before you decide to take on a job now or a role within the sort of HGV industry, I think. You know, not everyone can pick and choose, of course not, I understand that. But if you can find something that works around your family life, you have the support at home, that's going to make all the difference. And that is my honest bit of advice there straight away on me even just starting with the night shifts, is it has to work around your family life. It really does, with your children, if you've got children, and with your missus, so your wife, your girlfriend, you know, whatever. It has to fit around everyone. If it doesn't fit around everyone, it can become a bit of a problem, I think. And it's very tough to sleep during the day. So if you're a night driver and you sleep during the day really well, good luck to you, fair play. It didn't work for me, it really didn't. But I'm going to move on from this. It's a learning curve. It didn't work out for me. You can only learn from your mistakes or learn from experiences. Richard, the guy I was actually with, I had a mentor. He was really helpful. So the guy I was with, he had over 20 years experience. So I was quite grateful I had someone to give me a bit of guidance, and he was so helpful. He showed me how to put my coordinates into the sat-nav so I get the precise destination, how to use Google Maps before you plan your route accordingly, how to use a trucker's HGV atlas, and how to really be effective when you're planning, how to fill your paperwork out, how to use the tacho. He really spent a lot of time with me. So I was really grateful for the guy that I was working with, Richard, for Downtons, who was my mentor. So if he ever gets a chance to watch this video, I'm very grateful for your help, mate. Thank you very much. You're a brilliant driver, good at what he does. But it is what it is. We move on, So fingers crossed, I'll give you an update very soon on what's going on with me. In the meantime, a bit of advice that I did get on the night shift, because it does get dark early now, and it gets lighter later in the morning, is having a good torch. I had a little torch that I brought off Amazon, and I found every time I was strapping up or doing my vehicle checks, I was always putting it in my mouth, or doing coupling or uncoupling, I was putting it in my mouth and I couldn't really hold it. It was so awkward. So I've invested into one of these, a head torch. Richard, who was my mentor for Downtons, who gave me a lot of advice, had one, and it works a treat, a head torch. So if you're a new driver, get yourself a head torch. These are fantastic. It is battery powered. It only cost me about, I think it was 15 quid, but they're absolutely brilliant. You've got different settings on this. Red, you've got all sorts. And so you put it on your head, and obviously you can do your vehicle checks, and you've got your hands free. If you're doing coupling, uncoupling, your hands are free basically. So you can, it's just so much more convenient. So I've learnt that. So I've brought myself one of these, and I'm going to start using a head torch in the dark now, because it makes your life a lot easier when you can't see nothing, that's for sure. So yeah, I learnt that very quickly on my night shifts. Apart from that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for all your support continuously, obviously. It didn't work out for me. It didn't work out, but the future's bright. I'm staying positive. I've got a couple of opportunities that I'm really happy about, really excited about. I want to give it my all, do my very best to get a position or get a job with these companies. And I'm hoping that I'm going to start before Christmas, because I don't really want to be waiting to the new year if I can help it. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty busy out there at the moment in terms of getting work. So I'm hoping before Christmas shouldn't be a problem. But I will keep you updated, because I'm feeling pretty excited about one of these jobs, and I know which one I want. Let's see what happens. But I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for watching this video. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Comment below. Any questions you've got, let me know. Please subscribe to my channel. Show me your support, continued support. I'm very grateful. And also, very quickly, Before I forget, I have just opened, I am now on TikTok. I've opened a TikTok channel to get some videos on there for you guys as well. Something different. I've also opened my own Facebook fan page as well, so I'll leave a link for both of them accounts below, so you can obviously come and follow me if you wish and follow my journey as I document my career. But yeah, your support on Facebook, come and follow my page. We have some great stuff on there, guys, and you'll be the first ones to find out if there's any updates on what's going on. So thank you, guys. Have a fantastic day, and I'll speak to you very soon. Be safe on the roads. Bye bye for now.